Thank you very much for inviting at the new campus of COTHM. I think the role your institution is playing in the promotion of hospitality and tourism education is enormous, because the way the COTHM has contributed over the last about 18 years in Pakistan, it's really a tremendous progress, because there was no institute in Pakistan as such which is having such kind of expertise and know-how in technical education and contributing in a true sense about the development of the human resource in travel and tourism sector. So I've seen that COTHM has developed over the years all around Pakistan. Now the campuses are there from Karachi to north in Islamabad, and thousands of students are getting benefit from the education of COTHM. And they are also not just getting education, but they're also getting decent employments in their sectors of hospitality and tourism. I think this is a big contribution, because mostly the way our institutions are churning out degrees, but not providing any employability for the job security and all that is there. But here the students I've seen, they're contributing a lot in the tourism sector by having a good quality education, and skills which they get from this institution is enormous. And I hope the COTHM will continue this great effort, and the legacy which is there now you have established will grow on. COVID is a challenge for tourism industry. And over the years in Pakistan, we have been developing our industry just as a mushroom growth, and not seriously thinking what is actually required, what are the needs which we need to focus on. So COVID has at least now given us a realization that there's a strong need of establishing standards and quality of services in Pakistan, because people are now more in terms of services and quality conscious about the level of hygiene, the level of service in tourism and hospitality sector. And I think it's the right time that we should start working on it and try to focus on that, how we can incorporate this level of skill into the standards, so that skills are required to improve the standard. So that's what the government is doing right now at the federal level through the platform of National Tourism Coordination Board, where we are trying to develop a comprehensive, at least minimum national standards for hospitality and tourism, which will be across the border, will be applicable in hotels and restaurants and travel and tour operation and tour guiding. So for that, we need to have at the backup a good quality institutions which will train the youngster in those quality standards. So I think COTHM has a role to play in that, because it has already done quite a lot and have expertise in this field. So in future, I think you need to do more important role in building the capacities of tourism industry stakeholder and bringing them at par to follow the standards which are required by the tourism industry in Pakistan. Because without bringing in quality in services, I think we cannot promote tourism on the long-term basis, on the sustainable basis, and this is the most important requirement right now in Pakistan. So that's is the area where we need to focus more in the days of COVID. So by the time COVID is over, we are better prepared for meeting the future challenges. As you know, that the present government, under the leadership of Prime Minister Imran Khan, has a very clear focus to develop tourism sector as a major segment of national economy. And Prime Minister has expressed this thing number of times that he wants to see the tourism at par in this country. So to develop tourism sector and to bring in quality services in Pakistan, we need to focus quite a lot on the human resource development in tourism and hospitality sector. So there's a lot of efforts now going on at the national level, at the provincial level, to synchronize all the activities to make an environment which is enabling for the growth of tourism and hospitality sector. And government is now putting up a lot of efforts to develop the new projects and open up new areas for tourism, and especially bringing the new investment in tourism sector, especially in the hospitality sector. Government has a lot of focus on the overseas Pakistani who are coming back to Pakistan after the COVID crisis everywhere in the world, and to engage them in more investing the tourism and hospitality businesses instead of other businesses. So I think it's the right time when we should more be focused on developing tourism sector on a stronger platform, as a strong platform, which is the long-lasting and sustainable for the growth of the country, especially for the economic growth and for the employment generation for the young people. So for that, we have already worked on a national tourism strategy, which is about to be launched as soon as the COVID is over. We have already worked on the preparing of national tourism minimum standards, which will be launched very soon. And government is also working on a campaign which will attract foreign tourists to Pakistan, a national tourism branding campaign. So all these three elements are now in the process, and very soon Prime Minister himself is going to launch that project, and Pakistan inshallah will get a better tourism receipts from abroad, and also the domestic tourism grow in a healthy manner, and there'll be more and more businesses which will flourish under the new schemes of government of Pakistan. And the role of COTHM is, I think, very important in this scenario, because as the setup of COTHM has improved all across country, and the expertise which you have and the quality of education dissemination you have, this is the much needed in the present time of the government's policy and planning, and it will contribute quite a lot for the development of tourism in Pakistan.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.